Welcome to EthanLive. It is a dark Tuesday, April 28th. Uh, Debbie, how
Darker
are
for
you
some than
today?
others.
Minus power.
Yeah, the wonders of the jump box. I said everybody that doesn't have a jump box, go buy one because
Oh, look at you. Is
there
that
it
a new is
is.
that a new sponsor of the show, Jumpbox?
Yes, I should get that.
I
I'll
don't
have to work on it. Maybe they
I
will
don't
sponsor us.
I don't have a
That's a
jump.
great idea.
I need
You
one of those.
don't?
No, I
You
don't.
gave them to your kids, you said.
That was so nice of me.
It was. You should have gifted yourself one too.
So we are I sent just so everyone knows the lay of the land. So Roland is in Australia, which is 12 hours different than us. I've sent the link.
Right.
We did not try to make sure that this worked ahead. Well, we did about 10 minutes ahead of time. And we haven't gotten Roland on yet, but we're going to keep going. Maybe he'll jump on here. If not, we're going to keep
Yeah.
going. We've got some other stuff to talk about today. So today is Tuesday, April 28th. It's National Superhero Day.
Okay, that's what I
Do,
want. LG&E, come on,
do
LG&E needs to be the
I was going to
superheroes.
ask you your favorite superhero. Is it LG&E?
LG&E, if they give my power back.
It's Power Man or Power Woman.
Yeah, there you go.
Uh, Great Poetry Reading Day.
Oh, okay.
Clean Comedy Day.
Oh,
Biological Clock Day. Kiss Your Mate Day. That would have been one for Roland. Don't isn't everybody mates over in over
yes, I
sure.
think
Okay.
so. I think so. I
National
think you're
Blueberry
right.
Pie Day.
Oh, okay.
Interested in blueberry pie?
No,
Yeah.
that was a flat out answer, right?
Yeah.
No.
National Parvo Awareness Day.
Oh, well, to all those that work in the animal shelters and battle
Yeah.
parvo, then
Battle Parvo.
yeah. I
That's a
knew
tough one.
nothing about parvo much until I met Angela and just the work it puts on them and the poor stress, and it's awful for the animals. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and it's very tough for them, and then the
Yeah,
workers employees do so much
right.
too. Um, Let me see here.
Exactly.
So let's start off with until we get Roland, or if he's able to come on. Let's start with this news that came out this morning. That was
Yeah.
out of Fayette County. That was this defendant Adam Green in Fayette County, who in 2024, July 2024, uh, uh, two counts of animal cruelty have been dismissed against a man who was caught on doorbell camera footage in 2024 throwing his girlfriend's dog down a flight of stairs
Um,
in an argument. Investigators say
oh,
Adam Green admitted to hurting the dog to upset his girlfriend.
mm-mm.
So they
I don't
received
know how
complex.
that doesn't fall. How does that not fall into torture statute? I don't know, but okay.
So John Hamilton, ACO officer of Fayette County, responded. Video shows Green throwing the dog down the stairs. A second clip appears to show him tossing the same dog outside the apartment again. According to the criminal file, Green carried the pit bull one-handed by its collar with all four legs lifted into the air and the weight of the dog suspended by its neck. If you're asking if I'm unhappy, Hamilton said, I wish they took more animal abuse seriously. Green later told Hamilton he used his girlfriend's dogs against her in an argument to upset her. Neither dog was injured
Uh,
during the incident. So this went on
uh,
for, so court documents show prosecutors dropped both charges last month. Records reveal the case dragged
wow.
on for more than a year. Not surprising. That's pretty typical.
Not surprising. Yeah,
Uh,
that's what happens. We're
with
learning
the
that.
with the court date postponed multiple times, a bench warrant was
Yeah.
issued March 13th after Green failed to appear in court. It doesn't
Oh,
say which March 13th. It would have to be 2025 or 2026. my guess would
Yeah.
be 2020. Well, if it was 2026, he failed to appear and they brought him in, and then they were nice enough to dismiss the charges, or it could have been last year. So
Yeah.
reached
Yeah. Could have
out
been either way.
to the county attorney in Fayette County, which is Angela Evans' office. I've got a number
Okay.
for her here shortly. Their statement that they issued was the case was dismissed due to evidentiary limitations, including the unavailability of the sole witness and the only individual capable of authenticating the video evidence in court. Responding officers reported no visible signs of injury at the time of complaint. We understand the concern these situations raise and remain committed to holding individuals accountable when the evidence supports prosecution. Interestingly,
Mm.
uh, and what I like here is at the bottom of this article that Lex 18 did, they gave a number for animal control, but they also gave the number for National Domestic Violence Hotline, which is interesting to
Oh,
me
that.
because the intent of this
Yes.
person was to hurt
Uh
the dog.
huh. Dog. Yes.
It doesn't,
Definitely.
the dog doesn't have to be hurt to
Mm-hmm.
prosecute.
The
That would be, I
intent.
mean, the dog not being hurt is the best outcome.
Exactly.
But
Exactly. It's
it
just
doesn't
the
change what this
intent.
intent was. But however,
Right.
let's dive a little bit deeper. And this is
Okay.
something that you and I have talked about before that has we've never seen prosecuted in Kentucky,
Mm-hmm.
right? Is there was a law passed in 2022 added to the domestic violence statute that says any conduct prohibited by KRS 525, 125, 130, 135, and those are the animal abuse statutes. So, any conduct prohibited by
Right.
those animal abuse statutes or the infliction of fear of such conduct,
Uh
again, the dog doesn't have to
huh.
be hurt. If you're inflicting fear that you will hurt the dog,
Exactly.
so let me go start again. Any
Yes.
conduct prohibited by the animal cruelty statutes or the infliction of fear of such conduct taken against a domestic animal when used as a method of coercion, control, punishment, intimidation, or revenge against a family member or member of an unmarried couple is a crime.
Real. Wow.
Where's that
Well,
charge?
that's pretty clear. Yeah.
Now,
Exactly.
I'll say we've
Huh.
run
And
into.
that should. I mean, that would apply. That would apply to a lot of the cases we've been dealing with,
I was just getting ready to
because
say
so often, like you
we've run
said,
into 100 of those.
yeah, because there's domestic violence going on too, and then the witness decides they don't want to testify and they back out because of their fear, which I get, that's real too. But yeah, the domestic violence part is certainly a big part of this. So why don't they apply this? I don't.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Hmm.
So I would say that
More questions.
when they say uh, that due to unavailability of the sole witness and the only individual capable of authenticating the video evidence in court. So when I read that,
Uh-huh.
initially you might say to yourself, you give people the benefit of the doubt, and we're speculating here. This is all speculation.
Sure,
And miss
sure.
you might think that the person who had the video, maybe they can't find that person. Maybe they're unable to locate
Yeah.
that person. But when it says unavailability of the sole witness,
Yeah.
the
Mm-hmm.
sole witness was the girlfriend.
Exactly.
And if you're a
Yeah.
prosecutor and you don't know that in these domestic violence situations, so a high percentage of the time, the victim will try to change the story.
Yes.
And
Out
you
of
know what?
fear and intimidation. Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what? If you don't, like, to me, and we've talked with so many prosecutors about this, the intent is I'm going to hurt this animal. Thankfully,
Right.
the animal wasn't hurt, physically wasn't
Yes.
hurt, right? But that
Right.
doesn't change the fact of this
But the
crime.
crime is still there.
And
Yes.
the part that
Exactly.
I don't understand are two things. He admitted to it. What do you need somebody to
Uh-huh.
authenticate the video for? He admitted to it.
I don't know what
So
better evidence you can have than a video.
so I put this on Ethan's page, and I'll go ahead and say it here
Okay.
because it's public knowledge, and
Yeah.
people should be able to uh, get answers for whatever questions they have. So the Fayette County attorney is Angela Evans, according to this
Okay.
Kentucky website. And the phone
All
number for
righty.
the county attorney is 859-254-4941. And just call and ask them.
Yeah. Reach out. Say what, yeah. And be sure to go repeat the name again. It's Adam Green,
Adam
correct?
Green was the, don't
Uh-huh.
have a case number, but I'm sure because this just came out, the charges were dropped
They'll,
2 months ago. And kudos to Lex 18 because these
yeah,
charges were
again.
dropped 2 months ago, and hoping that it would all just get swept right under the rug.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's what I said. We have a real ally in Lex 18. They always do a great job on reporting on the animal cases for us and following up. So, because we have others that we're hoping they'll follow up on. So,
Again, this is terrible to
mhm.
say, but we struggle with you get into it, and people say, oh wow, I bet it's tough out in the state to get these things done and to
Yeah,
prosecute and do this. The ones that we struggle the most with, uh, Jefferson County, Fayette County,
yeah.
Louisville, Lexington, the
Hmm.
two biggest
We are.
cities
We
in
are.
the
The two
state.
biggest
we
cities.
we
Exactly.
struggle
Yeah,
we struggle the most with.
yeah, yeah.
um,
Yeah, unfortunately. Because I wonder too, I mean, maybe it's something you see on television shows, but I would think it would happen. Do they not, like when these cases are brought and your witness obviously is fearful and being intimidated, do they not get any kind of counseling or help so that they will be able to follow up on the testifying in court? I wonder if they get any. Probably not in the animal cases, maybe in the other bigger cases, but
um,
that's what we're seeing, like we said, too often where they back off and drop the charges, change the story,
well, and,
you
and
know?
we're speculating here that, and I'm
Yeah,
speculating because of the sentence that the county attorney's office put out, saying that the sole
right.
witness was unavailable. Well, the
Yes,
sole witness
right.
is the person that I would think would be involved in the situation.
His,
Again,
yeah, I would think it
speculation.
was his partner.
Maybe they're saying the
Right.
sole witness is the neighbor. I don't know. But
Mm.
again, like this, it says investigators, found this, and investigators. Isn't that Is it your job to keep up with these witnesses? Let's say
That's what
it's
I
the. I
mean.
mean, it wouldn't surprise anyone if the person involved in the domestic violence situation wanted to change their story. Happens all the time. If it's the
Right.
neighbor they can't find, isn't it that their job to keep up with
Find them.
people?
That's what I said. I don't understand. And it does that. I mean, is that as huge a problem in other cases, or is that just something that happens with animal torture cases? It's just one of those, okay, well, it's an animal. Well, we heard that yesterday, didn't we?
Yeah, yeah,
It's an animal. It's not a person.
yeah. We did. Yeah. So we went to
It's
court
very
yesterday
disheartening.
for in Jefferson County, for a
Hmm.
particular case that was also caught on video.
Yeah.
Um, Yesterday, the defense attorney was arguing about a suppression motion,
Uh-huh.
uh,
Uh-huh.
that he's trying to get the video and the audio
Thrown
struck,
out. Yeah.
saying that it
Hmm.
violated this person's federal rights. And the situation, as we understand it, was this was in an apartment complex area. The
Uh-huh.
camera was put up in a common area, which you have no uh, relevance or thought that you have privacy in this common area. Uh,
Right.
what I, so I so there's going to be a suppressing hearing in that. I don't believe.
No,
I
it's
don't.
just another stall,
Yeah,
just
I don't
another
believe the law.
stall technique.
Yeah, I don't. I don't think the law supports the argument. Um,
No, and that man, in case anybody's following, is Kenneth Muse
yes.
in Jefferson County.
We did have a very
Yeah.
nice conversation with one of the assistant Commonwealth
Hmm.
attorneys in Jefferson County, Scott Drabenstadt. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
very nice gentleman. He's handling, I believe, from what we've been told, quite a few of these animal cruelty
Right.
cases that come to circuit court, which would be they've been indicted by the grand jury, and now it's going to be a felony.
Yeah.
So, uh,
Yes. And he even mentioned when he takes some to trial that he's hoping we can fill the courtroom with
yes.
people. So we'll have to try that. We also had a really nice, for the people that have been following the other case with Nicholas Shanks and Shelby Coots that was all in the news with the horrific child abuse and there's animal torture. We
Mm-hmm.
also spoke to that prosecutor and let's see, Leah Haichu. Is that right, Leah?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Haichu is her last name, who was very happy to see Ethan, was happy that they were including the animal charges also. So that case is coming up this week also.
Yes. A couple things here from some folks who are commenting. Thank you for reaching out. Pure video evidence should need a witness authenticating. You see his face. Like
Yeah.
to me, that's just a. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
That's just a strict excuse. Um,
Hmm. That's
let's
why I said,
see.
what better evidence do you have than a video?
Yeah,
I,
and
I
I like this comment also, Andrea. Thank you. Just got off the phone and I complained ferociously and told them it's beyond the dog. It's about the person. You just told her uh, about the person you just heard her cause. I'm sure it's it's a C that she doesn't matter. That was her last line of defense, more than likely, and you just told her what happened to her and what happened to her dog doesn't matter. Just like you told every other woman, we don't matter.
mm,
Domestic violence. It is wrapped
hmm.
up in domestic violence, and that includes of a partner, of a spouse, of boyfriend, girlfriend,
Children,
kids, elderly
elderly.
parents. It's
Mhm.
all wrapped up in all of this stuff, and it's a shame that
Yes.
um, really, really a shame that this case was dropped. Um,
Yeah.
so
Along with
hopefully
others.
some more folks will call. I'd love for them to get a bunch of phone calls. I mean, they need
Yeah.
to. And I was looking up. I was
Oh,
looking up
what else were you
whether
looking up?
I was looking up election years.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
This
Okay.
is an election year. Although
Uh-huh.
what I found
2026.
was, at least in the primary, it seems the county attorney in Fayette County is running unopposed. Is there someone we can
Uh,
get there to run in the general election?
yeah, really. Goodness. That's what I think happens,
If
don't
you're
you?
interested in running for Fayette County attorney
Kelly?
in the
Yeah.
general election, please reach out. We'd love to have a discussion and support.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. But
what?
that's what happens, don't you think, a lot in these, the same thing with the judges. They go unopposed in the elections. So they
Mhm.
just keep coming, they just go back in, no matter what their record is, they're just, automatically win by default. So
Mhm.
I hate any time you see a race where they're unopposed. That is just that means this person is not having to stand up and give their views on anything because they know they've won. So that is a failure in our system when somebody, I think, when they run unopposed. But personal opinion.
We also had an interesting conversation with someone, and I won't
Yeah.
throw a name out here today, uh, about some cases that could be um, when they get to circuit court.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that if you don't have a record, a criminal history or background, that a lot of times that
Yeah.
goes, it's almost automatically goes to diversion
Yeah.
probation.
It was almost like just going to circuit court was the punishment in itself.
Yeah,
That was an interesting comment because it was like, oh, district court is, no big deal. Misdemeanor charge is no big
yeah.
deal. But when you take them up to circuit court, you're really making an impression.
Well,
Well,
and the one thing that I wanted to point out to that particular person was that those people if they're
Uh-huh.
not, or if they're, and probably there already are, they just haven't been caught, uh, is going to
Exactly.
hurt a person. Like they hurt
Uh-huh.
these animals. They're either in the process of continuing to hurt people, or they're going to hurt people. And you have to
Right.
take, in my mind, and we talked about this as we were walking away from this conversation. In my
Hmm.
mind, you got to take into the actions in this particular event,
Yeah.
and not
Uh-huh. Definitely.
necessarily that this person never had any criminal history.
Previous. Right.
Uh,
Right. The violence of the act itself
it's
should
just I
count.
don't know. I don't know. It's frustrating.
It
There's
is.
also I'm going to try to get some more information. There's a case out of Letcher County trying to follow. In the video that I saw last night, and I'm not going to throw this person's name out there because I'm still trying to get some information about them. Um,
Okay.
and I don't like throwing stuff out if we don't have all the right information.
Right. Right.
Apparently,
Right.
this particular defendant they've had a lot of issues with. This is down in Letcher County, and the
Mm-hmm.
video I saw was of a dog on his own property. You can clearly see the fence line, and
Okay.
someone on the other property shoots the dog while
Oh
the dog
my.
is in his own property. Uh,
Oh God.
Shoots into that yard where there are children in this. Not in the video, there's not children in the yard, but there are children at this home in this yard. And this person is
Uh-huh.
shooting into the yard, apparently not the first
Oh.
time. Also, apparently, this person is squatting in a house that the owner of the house has repeatedly asked the folks in Letcher County to not let him move in and stay there because there's been
Oh
no
my
power, nothing
gosh.
there, and they're not doing anything about
They're
it. So,
not following through on that either.
so I'm
Wow.
going to try to
Okay.
find some more. I'm going to talk with some folks today and try to get some more information about this
Okay. So
Letcher
we
County
can,
situation. Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
And then
Sounds
we've got
well.
Morgan Barrick today
Yes.
in
And
Hardin
yes.
County
And,
goes back to court. If you'll remember,
mhm.
she was convicted on the 31 counts of animal cruelty. But
Right.
before that case started, they separated one dog, and that was a dog named Sock.
Uh-huh.
For whatever
Yes.
reason, they wanted to separate. The defense wanted to separate this dog from the rest of the case, and then ultimately, when they got
Hmm.
close to trial, wanted to put it back in with the rest of them, and the judge said no.
Right.
So
Yeah.
she goes back to court for this one particular dog. This dog Cyrus was a dog that I'd heard about right after
First
Keeping
one.
Law passed from one of the
Yeah.
owners
Uh-huh.
in Maryland, I think.
Right.
Had
Right.
reached out to me.
Okay.
So Morgan Barrick is back in court today at 1:15 in Hardin County. If you're
Right.
around the E-Town area, pop into the Hardin County courthouse.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
interesting to see if she
Definitely.
has the same attorney.
I was getting ready to say the very same thing because he was quite the flamboyant attorney. So we'll see. We'll be
Um,
looking for transparency. If he's there, we're going to look for transparency
yeah, we'll
today.
look for it. Um,
Yes.
Also,
And you
Friday,
behave yourself, Jeff, and be sure you don't speak to anyone.
I'm going to keep my mouth shut. Uh, this Friday, Scott County Courthouse,
Yes. Uh-huh.
1:15, 1:30.
Let's see what Scott County is. Hold on, I've got him on my list. Wait a minute. Christian Barnett, 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock, Scott County
Mm-hmm.
Courthouse
Mm-hmm.
this
Status
Friday
hearing.
is Phoenix Blue.
Right. Yeah.
And refresh everyone's memory, Phoenix Blue was rehomed in
Yeah.
September of 2024, uh,
Yeah.
at weighing over 100 pounds, never had any health issues, rehomed to a couple, the two defendants. And in early January 2025, they brought the dog to the shelter, saying they found the dog on the side of the road, and the dog weighed less than 50 pounds. And the dog died
Yeah.
the next day. Ultimately, through social media, they found out that the dog belonged to them.
Right.
They've
Right.
delayed. They've hired this attorney that has represented animal abusers in the past. At least one we know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yes. Yeah. We've seen him before.
I
Yeah,
don't
for
want to
sure.
put anything out there that's not right. At least one for sure, because we've seen him in court.
Yes.
They've
Yeah, for
delayed and
sure.
delayed and delayed. This is one that, again, I don't. I'm again. I don't know this to be completely true, but I don't believe either of them have a record. Uh,
Uh-huh.
but but this dog was
Yeah.
starved to death,
Yes.
and their history, in my mind, and I've passed this
Hmm.
along to people that hopefully can um, um, have the ability to make a difference in this case. Um,
Yeah.
have their history and their record speaks for itself. Day
Hmm.
after day after
Yeah.
day
Making
after
that
day
choice.
after day after day,
Hmm.
multiple times a day, they chose not
Hmm.
to feed this dog. Like
Right.
that's your record right there. Like
Yeah.
they didn't just
Good.
they
Good way
didn't
to
just not
say it.
they just
Exactly.
didn't not they just did not feed him for a day or 2 days
No, they made that.
or a
Yeah.
week. They chose over and
Hmm.
over and over and over again repeatedly not to feed this dog, and they killed the dog.
Right.
So
Right. Yeah, that
hopefully,
reminds me of when we were in court with Morgan Barrick, and when Eric, the prosecutor, did that demonstration with the dog food that was so powerful about, that the dogs could smell food, or they even recognized a bag was there, but were not given any food. And to just think that this went on and on and on, how much more torture. And like you have said, Jeff, the pain of being hungry, the pain of dying from hunger, from starvation.
well, we had a whole
Oh,
when we went to trying to get Ethan's law passed. Uh,
yeah.
Susan Witten and I,
Uh-huh.
we had what we wanted to say at House Judiciary Committee, Senate Judiciary Committee. But so you
Right.
have what you want to say, but then you have other things where so you can answer questions if need be when they pop up. And
Uh-huh.
one of them,
Yeah, if you're ready.
we had several pages on what the body goes through during
Does.
starvation,
Uh-huh.
and it's
Yeah.
not pleasant.
They-
It's not pleasant.
Yo.
If you don't think that's
And
torture and you don't think that's painful, um,
exactly.
stop eating for a couple of weeks.
Stop eating. I mean, we all get upset if we have to fast overnight for a
Yeah, yeah.
procedure the next day. I mean, seriously. And to think that this animal, and then to act like it's not torture if they survive. Luckily, like we said, Ethan survived, but doesn't negate that it was torture. It was horrific torture. There's another case, and I think I told you, and it's another one in Fayette County to keep an eye on, and it's a Shayla Fluker. And it's the same. It reminds me a little bit of Ethan's because the dog's name was Dominic. And when she, for some reason, took it into the clinic, he wasn't able to walk or stand or hold his head up. And that says that in the citation, it says that he'd lost 50% of his body weight. So we're waiting for her to be indicted, but I feel certain she'll get the indictment. The grand jury seem to be indicting, don't you? I mean, I think we're seeing that, Jeff, don't you? It's just they get to.
There are very, yeah. I think there are actually probably very few cases that we have seen that went to the grand jury and didn't get indicted. I mean,
Exactly. Now, at the very beginning, I think
I
we
can
had
think
problem.
David Morris, Christopher,
Uh-huh.
whatever, in Scott County, the same
Uh-huh.
attorney. So that's why,
Yeah.
when we start talking about this Scott County case, that attorney also defended uh, Christopher, what was his name?
Jones.
Christopher Jones in
Yeah.
Scott County, and did
Yeah.
not get indicted by the grand jury. And
Right.
and he admitted on body cam footage that he shot the cat.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so they hired that
But
attorney,
uh-huh.
and these two folks, they've been offered something,
Uh-huh.
time in jail, and allegedly their
Mm-hmm.
attorney has said we won't settle for anything less than a misdemeanor.
Mm.
They
Okay.
they like they I mean they killed this dog. They tortured and killed this dog.
Yeah.
And
Right. Exactly. Oh.
so that's
Okay.
Friday,
Well.
1 o'clock. We have had in the past. We've had there have been a couple of times where we had quite a few people at Scott County, and
Yeah.
we can't let these kind of things just go by the wayside, or they end
Right.
up like this person today, where the
Mhm.
case was actually dismissed 2 months ago, and
Right.
only because of someone from Lex 18 looking into it, we even
Uh-huh.
found out that it was
Right.
dismissed and what had happened to it.
And that wasn't one on our radar at
No,
all.
no. I mean,
So
that's
we
something we
had,
hadn't even heard of. No.
obviously we're not getting every name in the state of Kentucky. I mean, I've got 60, 80 names, I think now. But, there are those out there that we obviously don't know about. So if, again, to anybody, if you see or hear anything in your community, please reach out and let us know so that we can follow that case.
Yeah,
But
we end up with, we will go, I mean, high percentage of time, we'll go to a county for a case, a particular
mhm,
one. And as we start talking to folks, we find out there's 2 or 3 other ones in the same area.
right, right.
So we
Well,
go
the
back to,
gentleman,
in Fayette County, we got Dominic Kennel.
oh my gosh, I'm so, yeah. 3 hours of watching for his Zoom on
Yeah,
Monday.
so
Yeah.
you've got 3 hours. This is the
Uh-huh.
second time, the second appearance in a row that it
Uh-huh.
has gone on for 2 to 3 hours. He's been the last one
Mm-hmm.
called, and the
Yep.
attorney for Dominic Kennel on the last two appearances has said, um, "I'm still waiting on discovery."
Yes. Uh-huh.
This
And this
dude,
case happened.
this
I
dude
mean, he
was
was arrested in March.
this dude
Um,
was indicted by the grand jury in June of last year.
sure. Yeah, exactly. Uh-huh. And we're still going. We
I'm
have
just gonna.
lists of,
I'm trying to be positive here, and assume, and I'm making an assumption that it's, you could easily get that discovery. But if he was indicted in June, and we've had two,
right.
the last two, he's been, now don't get me wrong, it's not been two appearances since June. We've got a whole list
No.
of 5 or 6.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Yeah,
just
we've got a list.
the last two that his attorney has said, I'm waiting on discovery. And that is
Hmm.
either delay by his attorney
Yes.
or incompetence on both sides.
Hmm.
There's
Yeah,
no other way
definitely.
to explain that.
Right. He has 7, and with the
There's a
next one, that'll be 8.
there's a difference
8.
between there's a difference between we're backed up and a case takes so long to get seen and get
Yeah.
and get to,
Right.
between that and
Uh-huh.
I've had 6 or 7 appearances since I was indicted by the grand jury and nothing's been done. That's a big
Right.
difference.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Like
And just to refresh,
somebody needs to step up
yes.
and get it done.
And just so people remember, he's the one that came from behind somebody walking their dog and just stabbed the dog.
Just stab the
And when
dog.
he was asked why, he said he was having a bad day.
Having a bad day. And he was charged
Hmm.
with some other things,
Hmm.
wanting
Yes,
terroristic
later that
threatening,
evening.
uh,
Yes. Mhm.
because
Criminal mischief.
the article in Lexington 18 appeared last March the
Yeah.
7th,
7th. Yeah.
to where he
Uh-huh.
admitted that night he was going to commit another crime.
Which he did,
So he was
but
charged
he,
with terroristic threatening.
yes.
Was it what was
Uh,
the other one? Fleeing.
Threatening, yes, third, that was terroristic threatening was 3rd degree, criminal mischief 2nd degree, and resisting arrest. And to
So he was
those
charged
he
with those
fled.
things, and
Uh-huh.
all of that, he
Mm-hmm.
gets a fine
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
time served.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that all happened the same day. So
Anyway,
yeah. It's very
so
frustrating case. That's
so
one of ours that are, it's just like we just keep shaking our heads, don't we, Jeff? It's like, oh my gosh, we got so he's up again. Let's see, July the 10th.
July 10th,
He's
yeah, for another like
status.
I just don't, it doesn't make any sense to me. Like someone has to be, the buck has to stop somewhere.
Yes. And
Like
when does the judge,
when you go to court and the defense attorney says, I don't have discovery.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
If I'm the prosecutor and I've given discovery or I've provided it to that website that we hear about where they can get it from, that's
Yeah.
when I stand up and I say, no, 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 no.
Yeah. It's
I,
there. Go
I,
get it.
I
Yeah.
put it there 3 months ago.
Uh-huh.
That's your
Right.
fault. And if
Right.
the prosecutor doesn't stand up to say that, that tells me it might not be there.
Yeah.
So, as the
Mm-hmm.
judge, that's when you got to say, this has gone on way too long. We're
Exactly.
wasting everybody's time. Let
Yes.
This needs to be fixed.
Yeah. I mean, we've had a judge once, just once or twice say, no, no, this, we're gonna settle, we're gonna work on this. But most of them are just like, okay, where do you want it on the calendar next?
Where do you
Where do
want?
you want it next? How far out do you want to go? And then they will talk about the log of cases they have. Well, yeah, because how many of the cases that we watch in those 3 hours were resolved? And I know it's a system. I know that justice has to play out. I get that. But when you get 6 status hearings,
Well,
you know,
when we go into any courtroom, any courthouse, what do we hear? Who rules everything?
oh, it's the judge.
The
I've
judge.
learned
So you know
that. I
what?
know that.
So you know what? If your docket is backed up, whose fault is that?
Do something. Yeah.
Whose
Fix
fault
it.
is that? I mean,
Say, this
we've
stops.
we've listened in courtroom where the guy's like, uh, and I'm thinking of one particular individual. That's why I say guy. He's like,
Uh-huh.
well, I can't put you on that. I've
Yeah.
already got over 100 cases. Who makes that?
Uh-huh.
Well, a lot of the
Uh-huh.
time, a lot of the things that you are pushing off from another date, you do.
Yes.
I just
Yeah.
don't. I
I
just
mean,
don't understand why, as a judge, you just don't look at these people and say, "You
enough
got
is
2 months.
enough.
You got 2 months
Uh-huh.
to come up with something. Either you come
Uh-huh.
up with an agreement, or we're going to trial."
Right. Right. I don't know. But that's one of the biggest frustrations. As we've gone along this journey, the frustrations have changed. At first it was like they didn't know the law, they wouldn't charge the law. And then, it's just, but now it's to the point where we're in the courtrooms and you're actually seeing what happens in the courtroom so much. So there's a lot of frustration when we're in those courtrooms. But Dominic Kennel is one of ours in particular.
Yeah.
So,
So there are a couple cases. They're all
uh,
equally important. There are a couple
they
that
are.
pop up that you say, "Okay, this could set an example, or
Yeah.
this could help out in other areas." And
Uh-huh.
most of it turns out to be on the negative side, some on the positive side. What Eric was
Right.
able to accomplish in Hardin County was a huge positive, and
It
other
was.
other prosecutors around the state should look at that and try to emulate what has happened there.
Yes.
But a lot of times
And
it's
in
just
our
frustrating.
David Craig, oh, I'm sorry. Our David Craig, I know you wrote about it, but just to mention that case again, that prosecutor worked very hard to get that deal where it would be satisfactory and still pay the price for breaking Ethan's law. So, he got a year, but it
They're involved.
also
Yeah.
it added on and it revoked probation. So that year did a lot to keep him in prison. So that was another.
And this sounds cliche, and
Mhm.
you hear it from, if you're not involved in it on a day to day whatever basis, you think if someone was to say this to you, you'd say, what is that really all about? But I was getting ready to say this, and Andrea just makes this comment. More than
Uh-huh.
likely, they're just doing it because the longer they can drag it out, the more money they make every time they got a repeat offender, and the more money they make. It's all about the money and not the resolution.
Yeah.
Exactly true.
Yeah.
Exactly true.
Unfortunately, it's very sad.
It sucks. They want to get you in the system and keep you in the
Mm-hmm.
system.
Mm-hmm.
And the
Yeah.
bad part for the things that we follow with these animal abuse things is that these people will eventually be in the system for hurting people.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, they're still out there. I mean, we have some that are such horrific cases because there's other crimes along with it that are in jail still waiting.
Yeah.
But most of these people are out. So they're going, like you said, the likelihood that they're going to do something else is very high
So that's why I
while
find it
they're
interesting.
waiting.
That's why I find it interesting when we run into to folks in different places and different areas, and it's most frustrating when it's people that have the ability to change it. Say, well, it's just an
Yeah,
animal. It's just an animal.
I know.
It's just it
Oh,
was
it
just a dog.
just,
Well,
yeah,
you know what? What's going to happen if you continue to think it's just a dog? You know what's going to happen a year from now? It'll just be a kid.
yeah, exactly.
It'll just be
And
this
then,
person. It'll
and
just it's
and
frustrating.
we quote those statistics to them so often, but they know those statistics themselves. Or I can't imagine that they know there's that connection. So I don't know why they even play that game because they know that if there's abuse in a home, it's not just the dog or the cat, but that's what they tell us, isn't it? So.
That's what they tell us.
And by the way, David Howery is in court this week too. Um, and
Oh,
we've been following him.
we need to call him and see if he's really going to be in court.
He's
I'm gonna make
got
him.
it's a pre-trial. Of course, it's the same day as Scott County, and he's at 1:30. So
Well, but
but
he ended up getting those tampering with a corpse
with the corpse charges,
stain
yes.
and
They found skeletal bones,
well
skeletal
that
remains
and
on his property.
the child
Yeah.
pedophilia stuff on his phone. So
Yes.
let's
And
note here to call them today and see if that's even happening.
and his father has been missing. So I'm not saying that that's who the skeletal remains are, but that's what they're kind of looking into because his father had been gone missing for a while.
Yeah,
And then they find the bones. But he is supposed to go to trial. This is
and
another
that's McCracken
pre-trial.
County.
Yes, and the trial is set for June the 26th. And that man has so many charges and such a history that
Yeah, I
that
think
may
he
be
was.
a lengthy.
I even think the deal they offered him was probably about 15 years or more.
Yeah, yeah. And remember she said he isn't gonna take a deal when the last time we were even there.
Yeah.
They were trying to offer deals and she said he's gonna take it all the way to trial. And he's one that's sitting in jail.
Yeah,
He
well,
is not out.
he's got no incentive to.
No, he doesn't want to go to prison. He knows he's going to get indicted or get convicted. I mean, I can't imagine that he's not smart enough to know that he's going to get convicted. So he'd rather sit in the jail than go to prison. Who told us that one day? I don't remember where we were, but somebody else was talking about how they'd much rather stay in jail, that it was like a country club compared to going to prison. So,
Right. Yeah. So the longer you can delay it.
hmm.
Oh,
Yeah,
let's
which
see.
I'd never thought about that until, somebody mentioned it to us. So, yeah,
I was
but
trying.
that's his this week. So hopefully, and we have another new one too in Fayette. Fayette's kind of been popping up with a lot of cases. There's a Christina Latoya Jackson who's going to be arraigned. She was just indicted. So she is going to be arraigned this week, also on Friday. So hopefully she will then get into the system because she was indicted by the grand jury. So just busy, busy, busy people. I'm
Busy,
telling
busy
you,
bee. I was trying to
too
find.
much, too much, too much.
Let's see here. I was
I've
trying.
got lots of people that are messaging me wanting to know if my power is on. No, it is not.
I was trying to
Oh,
find
and
comment.
And Jacob Brown is back too, Jeff.
Yeah,
But
he's for
that's
mediation. Yeah,
he's today
yeah,
also, but it's a mediation. But just
yeah.
so people know, we're still following, we're still watching, and that's in Henry County, way back when we first started traveling around. He was one of our first travels, wasn't he?
He was. Yeah, we got
Yeah,
interesting information from that attorney.
yeah. So
So, we'll if your power doesn't come on, we'll have to come over and get a jack and jack up your garage door, or I can just come pick you up. We'll go to Morgan Barracks case today.
yeah,
in Hardin
Okay.
County. And again, anyone that is in anywhere around Scott County on Friday at 1 o'clock, come to the Scott County Courthouse. Um, it'd be great to have a good showing there on Friday.
Yeah.
I was trying to find this comment. Someone said, but now it's gone, that they liked um, the Ethan sign that's in the background.
Oh, yes. Isn't it gorgeous?
That sign could be yours.
I need it
Uh,
for
it is.
lighting.
It is. It is. It'll be part of a Ethan art rehoming on
Yeah.
probably July the 18th at the Ethan birthday celebration slash wine release slash Ethan Humane Hero Awards.
And
Uh,
it's even more gorgeous in person. The wood on it is, Jeff, you did a wonderful job. But the wood is just beautiful too. So, and then with Ethan on there too, but it's fabulous.
I think it looks
So
pretty good. Yeah.
it
So
does.
we
Yeah.
were we were hoping to do we had talked the other day about trying to get two podcasts out here in the next couple of days. One of them was with Roland, and one of them
Yeah.
was with some of the stuff we talked about today. So we just did it in a backwards order. I'll get with Roland. Hopefully everything is okay over in Australia.
Yeah. Hopefully he does. There's not some weather or something else going on for him too.
I
So,
don't have an email from him, so we'll just see how it goes.
and
We'll try to reschedule. Uh, reschedule.
okay. Sounds good. Okay. All righty. Sounds
So
good.
hopefully your
But
power
again,
is on shortly.
yeah, I hope so. If not, hey, I'm just gonna leave the house and go to Hardin County. So
It is Derby week in Louisville.
yes.
So
Yeah. So the weather gets crummy as usual.
yeah. So it'll
I
rain
mean,
all day.
really.
Yeah.
We've had
So
the warmest, beautiful, some days that have been what, almost 90. And
yeah.
now it's gonna be Derby and it's gonna be what I think they
Uh
said
so
59 or something like that.
so yes, Andrea, I did make that. And
Yes, he did. Uh-huh. Yeah.
and I put some lights in there so we'll do a lot of different things. I don't know if I can get to the thing, but yeah, and it's sort of
Will that run off my jump box?
it will, yeah. Just LEDs. They don't draw a lot of power. You'll be
Oh,
fine.
yeah, there you go. Just bring it on over. It'll light up my room. It's
So I'm going to get
gorgeous.
some more. Also, I'd like to get some more information about this Letcher County thing and this Junction
Yeah,
City thing. The Junction City deal was the cats that are getting shot by the BB guns there in Junction City. I think that one,
right.
quite honestly, I think that one is um, pretty easily resolved if you just
Okay, good.
look
Okay.
in the
Any updates on
follow the
Maggie?
breadcrumbs.
Okay. Any
Yeah.
update on Maggie? The one that we posted.
Yes. So Maggie was thank a huge thank you to Haley, who
Haley,
her
yes.
friend reached out to her in Henry County, and because they had found the dog next to their farm, she immediately jumped up, wanted to help the dog and try to get the dog to the best help she could. Reached out through several phone calls. We could get the dog seen and treated at a local shelter. And so she went out of
Oh,
her way to drive a couple hours to bring Maggie to the shelter. Um,
oh,
Unfortunately, Maggie was sort of ridden with ovarian cancer. And,
oh,
and so Maggie was euthanized
oh,
to kind of put her
poor
out of her
baby.
suffering. And so
Yes.
I reached back out to her, to Haley, to just to make sure that she, that everyone, their help comes in many, many forms.
Right.
Sometimes we
Right.
are even more humane uh, uh, to uh, to people than we are animals. We don't call it that,
Yeah.
but it's what happened.
Right.
Uh, but
Mm.
Maggie didn't pass away suffering on
Alone is
the road.
yes.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
she had people around her.
Yes. Yeah, so that's a good thing.
Yeah.
So they were there, they were angels
Yeah.
for Maggie. So that was good.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was a wonderful story of kindness, and even
Yeah.
um, she didn't pass away alone, cold, alone on the side
Uh-huh.
of the road. She was with people that were caring for her. So
So that's good.
uh,
Okay.
Dana says, "Where's Ethan sleeping in?" Ethan is right there, right there.
Right in his spot next to Papa.
He's always
Yeah.
he's always close by. Yeah,
Yeah, he's close
he
by.
likes
Yeah, yeah,
he likes his part of the podcast, which is sleeping. So,
yeah, yeah.
all right.
Oh
So
well,
we'll let you guys know about how Morgan Barrett goes today. Again, if you're close to Scott
sounds
County,
good.
come out. If you're up for it, call
Yes, definitely.
call.
Call about Adam Green.
Yeah. Let me see here. I got one comment that may be of benefit. Um, so yeah, Derby week. Have you looked at any of the Derby horses?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
No,
Yeah, me neither.
no,
We
no.
will. We'll be going to. Some points.
Unbridled Eve.
Unbridled Eve on Friday night with Tanya and Tammy York, sisters who put on Unbridled Eve, and it's a benefit towards Blessings in a Backpack. So
Right,
we'll be
right.
excited to be a part of that again.
And that is such a good cause, and it's amazing that they've done that every year and continue to
Yeah,
support Blessings in a Backpack. So it's not about horse racing per se; it's to support Blessings in a Backpack.
yeah.
So,
So we'll let you know how that thing goes. Check Ethan's
all
page.
right,
You can get the phone number for the Fayette County county attorney. And we'll let you know how Morgan Barrett goes today. Try to come out to Scott
right,
County, and we may jump on again between now and then. So you just
okay,
never
and then
know.
we'll, yep,
Hopefully
okay,
your power gets on soon.
yeah. Lots of the neighbors are out walking around. It's so funny that, the bad things bring people out of their homes. You know what I mean? It's kind of sad. People that never talk to each other, but then if there's a storm or something, everybody's out and they're talking. So there are all kinds of people out in front of my house that are just walking around. I don't know if they think they can turn the power back on somewhere, but
World works in mysterious ways.
they're out, yeah, they're out commiserating, I
All right, there
guess,
you go.
about not having power. So yeah. So I'll go down and see if I can get my garage door open and see where I can go from there. So all
Sounds
right.
good. I hope everyone has a
Okay.
wonderful day. Thank you so much,
Yeah.
Debbie, and we'll get back with you guys pretty soon.
All right.
More
All
information.
right. Okay, bye.
Bye bye.